running boards. I know the headers are extremely ugly. They are a little rusty and stuff, but I'm gonna run it and see. Sometimes they get hot enough, they'll like change colors and actually look pretty good. But if not, I do have a brand new roll of heat wrap from Max Pedon rods that I didn't use on the turbo car. So we'll probably eventually end up just wrapping these the exact same way we did the other ones. But for now, I just want to get it running and driving because I'm really trying to make sure it's ready whenever we take Jeff's wagon to J Mills to get it tuned. I'm gonna try to get him to go back through this. But what I'm gonna do is check the torque on the front wheels, make sure they're good, and then I'm gonna try to drive it around and see if we still have that miss that we were having before. It was a slight miss, kinda on like when you kind of choking it a little bit. And I feel like honestly it's gonna be the injectors, but that exhaust leak, the header was so cracked, guys, and with a crack that close to the actual, like where they come out of the engine, it could throw the tune off. It could have been running a lot leaner or richer or whatever was going on. So I'm hoping with all the exhaust leaks fixed, this thing will run freaking mint and we won't have to worry about it. But I'm still gonna get it retuned anyway because it's been a minute. And I just want to make sure that we're still making 200. So, of course, I don't always run this hot ram intake. This was strictly to go to the tail of the Dragon. I will be putting my cold air one back on pretty soon, but for now, it's not hurting anything. But you can hear it just kind of missed while ago once. I'm pretty sure though it's gonna be those injectors. Again, they are knockoff eBays, and well, we know how that go. But if that be the case, I'm trying to locate some. A guy did hit me up on the last video, well, the last video when we worked on this car, and said he had some. So I'm hoping that I can get in touch with him and see what he wants for him and get those shipped on out, because I want some stock injectors for this. I think OEM is the way to go if you're not doing anything crazy like E85 or anything. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. So back at the house now, and it runs pretty good, man, but it's got like a slight, ever so slight hiccup in it, and I'm telling you, it's gotta be those injectors. They are eBay, so you know they're not gonna be that good, and they've been in here 4 or 5 years now, so, but it's gotta be that, because like even that idle, you can hear it'll be running smooth, and then you hear like put like a little, almost like a pop, but it's like a miss so slight, and it's got to be that, man. It's got to be. But other than that, man, this thing is ripping again. Feels good to have her back up and running. Axles feel pretty good. It still got a slight tremble on acceleration, but it's always been that way, and I don't know if it's the fat tires or what, but pretty much always been this way since I had it shot up like this. And it's got like a wobble to it in the rear end when you hit like bumps. I think it's probably like the sway bar links and whatnot, but because I haven't touched anything under here, but everything seems pretty normal, guys. All right, guys, so here we have a new product to me, but I've seen it on a couple of YouTubers' channels, so I was really excited when they actually hit me up to try it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with y'all. I've had this thing for about, I don't know, it's been at least like 3 months or so, 4 months, but I've just not been able to use it because I was planning on putting this into the junkyard Accord before we ended up making the deal with DJ. So what I'm gonna do now is install it into my trap, which is the most logical choice anyway. This is like the flagship car for the channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and install it. This is what we mostly do road trips on and stuff, so this thing should be able to connect to our phone, and we should be able to use like Google Maps on this, which I think will be really sick, so that we'll have like a display as we're driving instead of having to actually mount the phone somewhere. But yeah, this is a company out of what looks to be China, because a lot of this is actually in Chinese, but yeah, ATOTO. So if you haven't heard about them, they make a lot of audio products, and they hit me up, wanted me to try out the F7 setup, and they actually sent me the backup camera as well. So I'll probably get to this. I don't think I'm gonna do this today, but I'll probably get around to this, and when I do, I will be sure to post a video, well, put it in a video with whatever else I'm working on, so y'all can see how that works as well. But as you can see, this thing comes with the microphone. This looks to be the actual kit for my car. I could be wrong, but they did ask me what model car I was putting it in, and I told them. So this actually looks like the mounting brackets. So if this would be really sick, because I don't think the kit that I have in the car now is gonna work it, but I was gonna try anyway. And here's the wiring harness, which if you've never done a radio before, this simply plugs into the back of this, and then these wires are color matched to the plugs that you would get that mounts to your car's factory plug. So you'll just basically match all of these colors up to your car one, and bam, it should come right on. And this here is the face plate that just dresses this up a little bit, makes it look a little less like plain around the edges, and instruction manual. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the car, get the old unit took out, and see if we can get this put in. Okay, so to take the old unit out in the CG model with the 98 to 01, it's pretty simple. There's 2 screws under the bottom here, which I never put back because I'm always switching out head units and stuff, and it's got clamps that hold this in there. So as you can see, it won't move. So it's up to you. I know some people are perfectionists. I'm one to leave shortcuts because I know I'm gonna be back in there at some point. But anyway, there's 2 Phillips head screws on the bottom here, and there's a Phillips head screw behind your clock. So basically, to get the clock out, you grab your flathead or a pry tool and just be very careful and pry around the clock and gently pry it out. And it should pop right out just like that. And you can go ahead and disconnect your clock wires as well as your hazard light. And there's your clock out. Very simple. And next, you would have that screw right there, like you can see it dead in the middle. But I don't have that either because, again, I keep making my job easier. I'll grab up here and pry. And she should pop right out. CG is like one of my favorite cars to do radios in. This thing is like set up perfectly simple. So you want to go in the back and be careful and just unplug all your climate controls. Tight there, buddy. Get this in unplugged. And then your whole climate control, you can sit to the side. Next, we have the unit itself, which mine already has an aftermarket radio in it. If yours doesn't, it'll have that big old fat boy in there. Got Phillips head screws on all 4 corners here, so we're gonna take those out. And once you have all those screws out, you can slide your unit right out. And just once you get it long enough, that remote, the antenna is the shortest wire, so that's gonna catch you first, and then the rest you should be able to kind of pull it out. I got a remote wire here connected to where I had the amp hooked up before. But yeah, so this is a Pioneer unit, which I never stray away from Pioneer. So this is a big challenge for me doing this because I've never been much to care for TVs and like in-dash like screens and stuff. I just like sound. I've always liked a good sound, and Pioneer is just my go-to, man. I've always been an audio guy. So this is definitely a challenge for me aside from the ghost box. If y'all haven't seen that video, make sure you check that out. So it looks pretty good, but this little plate thing that goes around it is not quite wide enough, so you can see there's a gap all the way around. But I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it sits in there like perfectly aside from that gap. And what I may try to do is maybe, I don't know, I might try to put either some black tape or something around the back side before I put the faceplate back on, like maybe run some all around, just so when I clip this on, you don't see this gap. It'll just be black back there. You won't notice it, because other than that, like, it's mounted, man. I mean, it's good to go. It's just this gap here, and it might be because like the CG has a double din face anyway, but maybe if you use like an aftermarket kit, like for another vehicle that was made for a double din, maybe it would come with it, or maybe even the CG has one and that's what I'm missing. I don't know, but I'm not gonna let this stop me from installing it. It doesn't look that bad. I'm just gonna probably try to find a way to cover these up in the corners, and when we get ready to final install, I'll show you what it looks like. But for now, let's get this ripped back out and get the wiring done. There guys, so that's gonna pretty much wrap this video up. She's back outside, ready to go. But with that being said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you smack the like button. I will catch y'all in the next one. Remember, respect all bills. Peace out.